Hi, I'm Sarah.
And I'm Kat.
And welcome to day 3 of the Trail Ready Movement Challenge. Today's exercise is the hip hinge. The hip hinge is bending from the hips instead of what we often do habitually, which is bend from the back. So we're going to keep our torso in a neutral alignment and bend as if we were a doll that only had joints here. And I like to think of someone kind of karate chopping me in the front of that hip fold, and then if I had kind of a string pulling my tailbone back. Those are both two ways of kind of thinking about this range of motion. And this is going to engage the back of our legs more and move the work down to our legs instead of putting the stress on our backs. It's going to lengthen the calves and the hamstrings, and also as you bring yourself up from this position, it's using more strength in the hamstrings as well to lift yourself up.
Would you say there's an ideal range to stay within to get the most benefit?
Yeah, the ideal kind of stopping point is as soon as your pelvis starts to tuck under and your back starts to curve and you lose this kind of indent in your lower back. That means that you're no longer stretching the hamstrings and you're starting to use the back. So just go as far as, even if it's just here, just find the very edge of how far you can get before other things start going, and hang out there and relax into that. And also, don't try to push yourself as far as you can go. It doesn't actually help you out more to do that, so just find your edge and hang out there.
So it's really important because this move is really focused not on your back, but on your legs, which is going to incorporate for adventure purposes to having a strong gait and being able to navigate those terrain and elevation changes.
And some ways you can work this into your everyday routine are, if you do have the flexibility to get to kind of a 90 degrees, you can pick things up, or even off of a table when you're bending over to pick something up off the table. I like to think about it when I'm bending over like a sink, when I'm brushing my teeth and I go to spit or rinse out my toothbrush, instead of being like this, I try to remember to use that moment to take a little forward fold hip hinge.
And since you've taught me this, that's when I've been incorporating it, is when brushing my teeth. So it's no extra time in my day. It's a routine I already have, and I'm adding some new movements to it.
And that's actually a great tip for building new habits, is to link it to something you're already doing every day. And so it's just every time I brush my teeth, I do this thing. Every time I make my coffee, I balance on one leg, and it will become a habit much more easily.
Perfect. Training without training.
That's what I love.
Perfect. All right. So hip hinge for today's Trail Ready Movement Challenge. Be sure to join us tomorrow for day 4. We'll see you there.